Well, Danny Trejo, the machete guy.
Machete gets it. He's on the show. You know, he's gonna play the part of George.
Right? What money? No. Fucking Debo.
What previous show?
What previous show? What Nick at Night? No.
What 3 a.m. rerun?
Yeah.
What trampoline?
What trampoline? Oh hell no. See, even little shit like that. Like if anyone uses a trampoline in their intro,
George
discredited.
Lopez.
100%. You're like, oh fuck you, that's George. I can see that though. If Chris Brown remade his earlier songs, I would be.
I feel like Chris Brown might be the exception.
What's the difference between Chris Brown and Taylor Swift? Because he's a guy and he's
Chris
older?
Brown beat the shit out of somebody.
Yeah, but we're talking about the music.
What do you mean? Yeah, but like that was a long time ago. Rihanna's fine.
I don't condone domestic violence at all.
Rihanna's okay. What are you talking about?
Dude, she fucking has a lingerie line.
Fucking Chris Brown. It's not like War Machine beat her up.
Yeah, she's doing better than fucking anybody. No, what's the why you know, like what I'm trying to come correct with the facts. If Chris Brown remade Run It with the new voice, the new fucking thing, he's doing all this karaoke shit. Or not karaoke, choreography. Would you listen to it as you did when you were little?
I don't think so.
So why does it work for Taylor Swift then?
I don't know. I feel like
That's a good question. I missed that completely.
All right, ready?
Yo, how do my shoulders look? What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode. Trado Without a Radio. You already know how it goes. Trado, Renee from the other day. Let's just point out the elephant in the room.
Yep, that is a bottle of Jameson.
And look at it. It's a very green and beautiful elephant.
Very green.
If you're wondering, if you made it to last week, at the end of last week's episode, you would know that we have to come back with a shot. But I want to tell everybody why we're taking these shots.
Okay.
As a matter of fact, I don't even have to take the shot.
You already agreed.
No,
you said it last
up.
episode.
No, hold up. Why am I taking a shot?
You said we're taking shots next week, and I was like, yes, we are both taking shots. And he's like, yeah, tune in, guys. We'll both take shots next week. And I was like, all right. You played yourself.
Yo, DJ Khaled. The reason these shots are being poured is because Renee fucking lost his Super Bowl bet.
Yeah, originally it was because I bet on the I was gonna say Patriots.
Wow. What year are you in? No.
Kansas City, and the loser had to take a shot at the beginning of the episode.
Yeah.
And Trado just happened to mess up last week and said we'd both be taking shots, so now we're both gonna take the shots, even though he won the bet.
Which I regret 100%. But I really don't.
Imagine me drinking both of those. That would have sucked.
Yeah, that would have been like a full shot for you. We're not sponsored or anything. It's just what we had laying around.
It was literally just on the floor.
Wow, it's all perfect. There. Yeah, pick that up. You remember when we went through a Jameson
phase?
Gin and juice? No, gin and tonic phase?
Phase? No.
It's a lifestyle,
it's a
baby.
Lifestyle, Mom. No.
Oh, yeah, that's what it is.
It's a lifestyle, baby. Why'd you get off?
I don't know.
It's a lifestyle, baby. Shit.
I'm buying you a drink at the bar? No. Yeah, 2 gin and tonics. It's a lifestyle, baby. Yeah. Bro, how suave is that, though?
And it's just you talking to the random girl next to you. Like,
she's not even listening?
Yeah, you have no idea. She's just out with her friends trying to have a good time.
She didn't even ask for a drink. No.
She's just fucking enjoying her mojitos.
So what are you drinking? No, it's a lifestyle, baby. Oh, here.
Oh, shit. Imagine, like, hey, so what are you having? Oh, I'm having a lifestyle.
Damn. It's not a drink. It's a lifestyle. Damn. No. Right?
How cool is that?
Like, Will, are you really buying that? It's not a purchase. It's a lifestyle.
Yeah. It's like, me not buying it is me not being truthful to myself.
Yo, it's like when you finally buy yourself your first Rolex.
Dang.
It's like
it's a lifestyle.
It's a lifestyle.
It's like the people that used to be on Facebook with the blue "You should be here" sign.
Oh my god, no.
It's a lifestyle.
It's a lifestyle.
It's not a job. It's a lifestyle.
I saw a meme that was like, I wonder what happened to those people. Like, where did they all go?
Are they doing all right?
Yeah.
Should I still be there?
Are they still enrolled? No.
Well, it's like the people who did the Square thing where like you paid like $25 to buy something and then you got to fill up that thing and then
fucking pyramid scheme.
Yeah, it was like a pyramid scheme but without the product. You were just giving money.
No, but believe me, once we finish these squares,
then you'll get your square, and when you get to the middle, everyone gives you money. Like, no,
bro, that's so dumb. Did your parents ever do tandas?
They did, but that one makes sense.
Well, yeah, but it's like you could just pay your own weekly saving. Like,
well, yeah, after the fact, because I remember having this conversation with my mom, like not too long ago.
Yeah,
when she's like, "Oh, we could." I asked her like, "What was the point of that?" And it's like, "Oh, so basically, you get a pool of 10 people.
Yeah,
every week, everyone pays $50, and then weeks 1 through 10, somebody gets the money."
Right.
And I'm like, okay, that makes sense. So you say you're number one. The first week, everyone gives you $50.
So you right off the bat get a $500 cash. Yeah.
Yeah. And then the rest of the weeks, you're paying everyone else $50. And so like you basically you break even. You never make nor lose money off of it. It's just that you have it all at once.
It's kind of like like you're fronting cash. Like it's
like a credit card basically.
Yeah, without the interest. Oh, I guess, yeah.
Yeah, and so that was where my mind went. I was like, well, why don't you just save the money for 10 weeks?
But you need it now.
Yeah.
My money, and I need it.
That was basically my mom's side. She's like, yeah, but it's for when you need it now. It's like, well, I could just save money for 10 weeks and then I don't have to pay anybody.
Yeah, but you don't get to call JG Wentworth.
Shit, that's true.
877 cash now.
Wow, you knew it?
Bro, I love that commercial.
So yeah, they did that. And then because you reminded me, the squares for the Super Bowl.
Oh, yeah.
That was pretty cool too.
We actually did that here. And it was like a last minute thing. We each paid, I forgot how much. But then my sister, I was like, yo, I have one slot left. And she's in Florida.
Yeah.
And I was like, you want it? Like, you just got to sell me the money. And then she's like, well, what do I get? I was like, well, if you win, you win money. So I think it was like a $10 buy-in. And she ended up walking away with like $100.
Oh, perfect.
And I was like, oh, hey, by the way, you won. Like.
Here's your money.
Yeah.
That's like the best, where you're like, you don't even remember that you paid for something and all of a sudden you're rich.
Yeah. It's all perfect. Ooh, when you leave money in your pocket and then you find it.
Oh my God. Or like,
that's the best feeling.
When you leave money in like a winter coat and you find it the next winter and you're like, bro.
And it's all crispy and perfect. Just like how I placed it.
That's fresh.
Bro. And it's like that random pocket that you don't even remember having.
It's like the best part about putting on something that you haven't worn in a long time. You just reach in there and dang, you're rich.
That's dope. Shout out to everyone that used to save ticket stubs.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Shout out to ticket stubs existing.
Nah, that's all sad. Yo, right. Cheers, man.
Cheers.
Why do people do that? Why do you
cheers?
No, they cheers, but then you got to put the cup back down on the thing.
Because you got to give yourself some time to think about the horrible decision you're about to make.
No, but it's like you know what I'm talking about?
I don't know.
Fuck. All right. It's like the last chance for you to regret this.
The last chance you're like, you know what? On second thought, I got to get up early in the morning. I got to fucking deliver the tanda money.
Yeah, it's my aunt's turn this week. I got to go to her house, drop it off.
Judy.
Yeah, dude, shout out to all right.
Shout out to Aunt Judy.
Aunt Judy.
Judy's with the booty.
Judy, damn, yo, your Aunt Judy got a big old trunk, man.
She got a dump truck.
Damn.
Anyways.
She was there plowing snow. What?
Uncle Marvin out there plowing snow every night.
He's plowing something else. You know what I'm talking about?
Dude lives in Florida.
Oh my! There's no snow.
Yeah, shit, what's he plowing then?
Hey, Unc, what you plowing over there? No.
Shit, Judy out here,
right? Mind your own damn business.
All right. Hold on. I'll plow whatever the fuck I want.
It's July, no.
If I want to plow, I'm gonna. All right.
King Plow, no. He's all wearing the jacket.
Mr. No. Plow?
That's what it was. What did I say?
The Plowmaster 3000?
Bro, fucking imagine an elliptical, but for plowing? No.
But you're still getting a workout?
Damn. How tired are you? No. When your doctor asks why you're such in good health?
And then you got, I plow my wife every night.
Yeah, we're on the Plowmaster 3000.
She's talking about the Plowmaster 4000. I was like, nah, I don't see the point in upgrading.
Nah, we still got to master the Master 3000. No.
All right. Oh God, I haven't had Jameson in a while.
Honestly, not that bad.
All right. I'm over here dying and shit.
Man, welcome to another episode of Trader Without a Radio. We're glad to be back with you guys. Last week we talked about WandaVision. We envisioned that. hopefully we envision a lot more because they have to come with a season 2.
Yeah, I hope. I don't know. I was wondering about that too after we talked, because I don't think though. I feel like all the Marvel shows, they're only gonna make one season because they tie into the movies.
Yeah,
so they can't really make more than one season because then like you got to go backwards again, or like it'll make the timeline weird.
Right. Because then it's like you got to keep moving forward to get to the ultimate goal, which is another Marvel movie.
Right.
It'll be fire though that I just thought about right now.
Mm-hmm.
So this is a new thought. Fucking, if these production companies did really, really relevant, like, okay, for instance, if there was a movie made about the snowstorm in Texas right now, but the whole thing is taking like people that are fucking frozen in Texas and making that into like a Marvel movie or something, or like a show.
Okay.
Wait, but then that would be reality TV, right?
Yeah.
Hold on.
You basically described reality TV.
Yeah, hold on. Fuck. Wait, but no.
I feel like I know what you're saying. So like, there's a bunch of like the GameStop stock thing that happened.
But just flip it and have like a villain or have some type of like,
I think currently there's like 4 movie licenses for it, and like one's already in production.
Oh, that's dope.
So there's gonna be shit about it.
See, but sometimes it happens and it's not that good, man. Like the Boston bombing movie with this guy,
Mark
Wahlberg. It was okay, but it wasn't like great.
Yeah, I feel like
that Biggie Smalls movie, horrible.
I feel like Mark Wahlberg has like he has something in his contract or so. He made like a deal with the devil, and it's like you'll be jacked, but on the condition that you got to make 3 movies about Boston every year.
Oh yeah, no, you're allowed to make movies, but at least 3 of them have to be about Boston.
Otherwise, it's it. That's over, and you go back to you fucking lose the Funky Bunch.
Wow. Yeah, exactly. Was he in The Town?
The Town,
or that Ben Affleck? That was Ben Affleck.
Probably.
That was a good movie.
I don't know if it had Ben Affleck. No. But yeah, so you touched about it a little bit. I did want to talk about the fucking Texas debacle a little bit,
bro. It'll be a great show. Yeah.
Obviously, a lot of bad shit that happened. It was something like 4 million people in Texas that were without power or like water.
I mean, it's bad.
A lot of shit, but there's just a lot of. The more that I like learn about how the government works, and the more that I hear about the government, the more ridiculous it sounds, and like the more made up it sounds.
Yeah, it's like a movie.
Yeah, but like not even like a movie. Like you can't even fucking. If this was in a movie, you wouldn't believe it. You'd be like, all right, well that's bullshit. Like like how the fuck is that even possible?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
So I was like looking into it a little bit, and obviously Texas, they had a big ass winter storm. Not their people were without power, without food, without fucking everything. And so part of the reason why Texas had like all these blackouts and shit, apparently they have their own electrical grid system.
Yeah, I recently just learned about this. Yeah,
it's really funny when you look at a map. If you look at a map of like the U.S. electrical grid, there's 3 of them. There's a western, an eastern, and a Texas.
Fucking Texas.
And it's just like, why the fuck does Texas have its own electrical system?
Well, think how fucking big Texas is.
But fucking bigger than the whole East Coast and West Coast.
That's true.
And apparently the reason they did it was like in like the 1930s.
Yeah.
They came up with like regulations like, the federal electricity grid, you have to like comply with such and such, and you have to pay like to the federal government and do all this shit.
Yeah.
And it only applies if your electrical grid crosses into other states. So like, Illinois crosses to Indiana, to Wisconsin, to, everyone that connects to us.
Right.
And Texas was like, oh, so instead of paying money, we're just going to chop it off and keep everything within Texas.
So fuck you guys.
Basically.
Surrounding states.
Yeah. So like in Texas at the time, which is like the fucking 30s. Like, what the fuck do we need you guys for? We have a shit ton of oil. We have a shit ton of like natural gas.
Yeah.
All in our state, so we don't need you guys.
Maybe that's why Texans are so like proud of being from Texas.
Yeah, I guess. And then they're fucking, then it snows and their electrical grid goes to shit.
Well, that's the thing. So did it completely go to shit, or is it like partially gone? And now the fucking East Coast and West Coast have to compensate for what's
that's
missing
the thing.
in
They
Texas?
can't, because there's no connections.
Oh, so then what the fuck's going on?
They have to get it fixed.
So that's why everyone's fucking losing their shit then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I looked it up, and like Texas has, I think it's 5 external connections that go from outside of the state.
Mhm.
It has 2 to the Western electrical grid, and it has 3 to Mexico. And it has more connections to Mexico than the rest of the U.S.
See, that's where all the drugs are coming from. Yeah.
and so, you know, their shit went down because they're owned by a private company because they're not, you know, federally regulated. ERCOT, something like that is the company's name. And since they only operate within Texas, they don't have to abide by the federal regulations, which say, like, you know, you have to like winterize your shit. You have to have a whole bunch of like extra power in reserves in case you can't get new power and all
Yeah,
this
you got to
shit.
have backup plans.
And so the only penalty, and then like the federal government is like, oh, you can't turn off people's power in a time of crisis, you know? So like last year when it was cold as fuck here, it would be against the law, and like the government would fine the companies if they decided to turn people's power off.
Damn, that's cold. No.
And exactly.
Yeah.
And so in Texas, they don't have to abide by that. So the only negative effect that they have by turning people's power off in Texas is that they can't charge them for the power.
So then there's no like, hey, we're gonna get this up and running. Like, no, they're just not gonna get reprimanded for it.
Yeah, it's just the only negative they get is that they can't charge you.
So they're probably not in a rush to fix this shit.
Yeah,
then.
like there's no legal reason or like
they're not gonna get fined. They're not gonna get fucking
yeah.
Damn,
They're just
that
losing
sucks.
however much money they would have made in like those 4 or 5 days or whatever.
So how long has it been? I mean, at the time of recording, it's been maybe like a week?
About a week.
Like Monday?
Yeah. And so it's just listening to that shit all together just sounds so fake. Like imagine a fucking movie world where it's like, oh yeah, you know, we have 48 states, 47 of them all share an electrical grid network. One of them decided to do their own shit.
Dude, like what is this, 1938? Like,
and then one of them decided winterizing, preparing for cold weather. Well, we're in the South. It doesn't get cold here.
that'll never happen here.
Yeah, so we don't have to do that.
Yeah, fuck it.
That's fine.
Fucking chains on your tires? No thanks.
Yeah, and so like everything about Texas is it's built in such a way that I was like, yeah, it'll never get cold.
So I saw this compilation video of people falling in Texas.
Yeah.
Like sliding all over the ice. Dude, it was so fucking funny, man. There was one, it was hilarious. This couple, well, the girl fell down the stairs, and then the guy, like, it was caught through the ring camera.
Yeah.
And the guy was like, oh shit, let me help you. But then he falls too.
Yep, I seen that.
There's like couples that fall together, stay together. Dude, that shit was so funny.
But, yeah, so it really sucks, but there's just so much funny shit that went on with it. Like what I was mentioning before we started recording, Ted Cruz.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if you saw it, but so Ted Cruz, you know, for people that don't know, is a senator from Texas.
Right.
And so, when was it? On
yesterday.
Yeah, so
Thursday.
the 17th.
Mm-hmm.
The 17th, he and his family were caught at the airport taking a trip to Cancun.
Dude, super caught. Like, we're talking about like someone on their cell phone started taking
pictures.
Is that Ted Cruz? Yeah.
And so dude was going to Cancun. He said, fuck y'all, I'm out.
Yep.
And then they like called him out on it. And yesterday he like put out a statement and he was like, whoa, I think
I know what it was. He said something along the lines of, my daughters really wanted to go to Cancun, so me being being
a good parent, I decided to fucking chaperone them down to Cancun and then come back.
Which, you know, damn well his fucking team was like, yo, you got to get your ass back here now. Like, everyone knows you're fucking running away.
And so it's funny because, like, the people apparently hate Ted Cruz so much that, like, even his wife, you know, she planned him. She planned it out. Well, maybe, but she planned it out and, like, wanted to go down with, like, a bunch of their neighbors and stuff, you know?
Oh, really?
So
she was on that flight too?
Yeah, she sent like text messages like, hey, like we're going to go to Cancun this day through this day. Our flights back are on this. And bitch. Like her fucking neighbors that she invited, I guess, hate them so much that they released the text messages.
Wow.
So they have the solid proof that his original plan was to stay there until Saturday.
Yeah.
And then he changed it, rebooked his flight, and like the airline that he flew with confirmed. It's like, oh yeah, he canceled his flight and rebooked it.
Yeah. Someone actually, while he was in the air coming back, someone looked up his name.
Yeah.
And he was on a reserve to catch the next flight back.
Yeah.
So they're like, oh yeah, this guy had it already planned that he was gonna just come right
Oh my
back
God.
because he got caught. Yeah,
It was so funny. And
that's so dumb. Like, yo, if your whole state is in a crisis, like, aren't you just gonna buckle down with the ship and like,
yeah, and the funny
You know?
part is like the way that he said it is like, oh, I wanted to be a good parent and take my children to Cancun, and like he says this in the middle of a fucking pandemic,
Yeah,
when
exactly.
people are unemployed and don't have money, and so in his
And freezing.
mind, the version of being a good parent and like a good, I guess, American citizen is leaving to a country that he constantly talks shit about,
Yeah,
saying that it's like full of drugs and rapists and shit, and taking his daughters there, leaving his family there, coming
Yeah.
back because he's a good parent.
yeah, and it's like, dude, you were talking all this shit about Mexico.
Yeah, so he's talking all this shit
Yeah.
about Mexico, leaves his family there.
Bro, that's so fucking dumb. Like, okay, I see what you're saying. Like, if this was a movie, you'd be like, wow, this guy.
Yeah, it's like, dude, what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
Like, this can't be a real person. Nobody would ever. Why is he a fucking senator? Who voted for him?
Oh, apparently, people in Texas.
Like his own fucking his own neighbors are fucking ratting him out, but somehow he's the fucking senator.
What I want to know is what. Okay, so if you're in Texas, right, and this is happening, and you're like in the middle of nowhere, you got a fucking farmhouse, no gas, no electricity.
Right.
What do? You just start burning all your shit?
Like, you just burn your shit. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Try to stay warm any way possible.
So like all your crops. I mean, you're obviously trying to like
survive. Yeah. And like the part that sucks with it is like a lot of, it's not just like in the rural areas, like the big cities are getting hit too. So like fucking nursing homes are going without power. So you got a bunch of old people who are fucking freezing to death, already had to spend the last fucking year of their lives inside because of the fucking COVID. And now you're fucking taking them all and putting them in a big ass place together.
It's like, no, oh yeah, you're right. Damn, like during COVID, they're like, oh no, it can't get worse than this.
And fucking boy, you thought.
Damn, the weather's like, all right, hold my beer.
So that's why I'm like, it's a fucking movie. Like in a fucking movie, you'd be like, all right. So now the fucking power is out too, right? Like,
oh, okay, what happens next? Fucking aliens?
Yeah. So like all this bullshit just keeps on compounding on top of each other.
Oh my god! Speaking of Texas, I fucking fell asleep last night to
Texas.
to Texas. No. Remember that SpongeBob episode where Sandy wants to go back to
What's
Texas?
the difference?
What's so good about dumb old Texas? Fucking Pinhead. No, that wasn't Pinhead. Well, I fell asleep to a clip of Joe Rogan interviewing Elon Musk about.
I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, about the fucking just traveling back and forth from Mars and shit.
Yeah.
And then he was like, "Well, you got to get past this certain whatever." In the midst of that conversation, I was falling asleep. I had a dream that fucking Elon Musk was like selling tickets for these flights.
Mhm.
And I was like, yo, we got to buy one. And I was I don't know who I was trying to convince, but I was like, yo, we got to buy like, you don't understand. Like, this is going to be the coolest shit and we got to go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's like I forgot the company, but the Super Bowl commercial, they were selling tickets for civilians to go into space.
You're right. Yeah,
Yeah.
I did see that. Yeah.
I forgot what company it was or like what it was. Maybe it was to go to the moon. Maybe it was just to go to space.
Do
I
you
don't
think
remember.
we're not that far off? Like, you think it's soon going to be real?
Yeah.
Because think about it. Like, fucking Amazon wasn't a thing 15 years ago.
Mhm. Well, they were. Fuck. See, this is how we end up. I forgot where I saw this, but I'm pretty sure it was a reliable source. If people complain, I can look it up. But
The fact checkers.
yeah.
Yeah. You know who you
What
are.
was it?
No.
They were saying that some scientist somewhere or something. They're pretty sure that the new generation, so like babies who are being born now, whatever generation that ends up being called,
The Zoomers or whatever the fuck?
are they Zoomers?
I have
No,
idea.
Zoomers are like, well, not Zoomers. Zoomers are older.
Yeah. The generation before the Zoomers.
Well, generation before the Zoomers would be Boomers. They would be older.
Or, I'm sorry, after the Zoomers.
Well, that would be Millennials.
So what the fuck is a Zoomer then?
Zoomers are, I think, in between.
Zoomers are like 10 right now.
No, that's Generation Z, or what are they? Y? Z?
Who comes up with these names?
Fucking historians, I guess.
Okay, so what happened?
So not your nephew, but the generation after your niece.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so like
Yeah.
the tail end of her generation, whatever that's called.
Okay.
They're saying that generation of people theoretically should never die. Like they
Whoa, what
wouldn't
the fuck?
die of old age. They would only die of injury.
How would they live forever, though?
Well, because that's the point. By the time that they need that type of medicine would be advanced enough that they could do that. So like that's what they're like estimating.
Yeah.
So they're estimating that like by the time that they need it, the only way they could die is if like they got run over or if their fucking arm got cut off and they bled to death or something.
So accidental deaths.
Right. It wouldn't be a situation of people dying of straight up old age.
See, now there's pros and cons though, because yeah, you can live forever, but now the fucking Earth is gonna be super overpopulated.
Yeah, that's why Elon's got to hurry the fuck up.
Oh, and that's why we're gonna try to get out of here, bro. Hold up.
Yeah, and I forgot most of the actual scientific part, but it all came down to like the telomere stuff in your DNA. So
Okay.
basically, in your DNA, there's a bunch of shit. What your DNA has like your actual like who you are and like your genetic makeup.
Yeah, right.
But at the end of it, it has something called the telomere,
Okay.
and the telomere is basically blank data. You could think of it as.
So it's just like an open slot.
It's just empty, yeah. And so what happens is every time that your cells, reproduce and like generate and make new ones,
Mm-hmm.
they basically fuck up. They don't copy themselves correctly every time.
Okay.
So every time that they copy themselves, you lose a little bit of the telomere.
Oh.
And the telomere is just a blank spot. Like it's made to get rid of.
Yeah.
It's made for the fuck ups.
Access.
Right. But the older you get and the more that your cells reproduce, the less telomere you have.
Mm-hmm.
And so the thought is that when you run out of telomere and you start cutting into the actual important stuff of your DNA,
That's when your body starts to...
that's when your body starts fucking up.
Yeah.
So the thought is that they can do something to prevent the telomere from getting cut off, or they could do something to make it longer.
Ooh, so if you elongate your telomere, your body's going to start eating off the telomere and not your
Right.
actual DNA.
So in theory, then you would never age because your cells never fuck up.
But if that telomere is open for different shit, wouldn't like a disease like HIV or fucking like not HIV or like AIDS or like COVID, wouldn't that just slide into that telomere?
Well, it's like what would be a good example? I guess like a pencil. Like when you sharpen a pencil,
Mm-hmm.
you can sharpen a pencil for a pretty long time before you get to the end and the pencil's not usable anymore.
Right.
So essentially, what you're doing is adding more pencil.
So you're never gonna run out of pencil.
It's like a lead pencil instead of a actual pencil.
So you're saying, and by that generation, they're gonna figure out a way to just keep producing
To
telomere.
keep on adding it, yeah.
Damn.
So that's why their theory is that they should be able to just live forever.
Are you gonna be okay with being old and having the option, like, yo, I know you're
These
90.
motherfuckers.
No, but like, what if you're given the
Yeah.
option? What if we just make it right before they fucking
Right before they
we
cut
die?
off? Yeah.
It's like, yo, man, we just figured it out. Like, you have a choice. You're gonna be old. You're gonna be 90,
Yeah.
but obviously we can't give you back your youth.
Right.
But we can make it where you won't die.
Right.
So you're gonna be 90 for the next. You could be 90 for the next 30 years.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Would
I
you
think
take that? Would you take that option?
I think it would come down to how your quality of life is at 90.
That's true, man.
Because if you're like 90 and you're like in a wheelchair and shit and like need people to take care of you, I don't really see the point.
But you
But,
get
like,
to see the generation of kids that you produced.
Well, I mean, you're the people the kids that you produced personally.
Well, I mean, yeah, but like you get to
you get to see, yeah,
you get to see your tree grow. You know, like
yeah. But I guess
family tree.
the way I see it at that point is like, is it more of you being selfish? Because like somebody has to take care of you. You know, I'm saying in a scenario where somebody needs to actively be taking care of you.
yeah,
Like you're just kind of being an asshole.
yeah. You're being a fucking
Yeah.
yeah.
But then there's also 90-year-olds who are like fucking legit and like, self-sustainable, I guess.
Yeah, but those are the fucking Olympians that just got old.
Yeah.
No,
Well,
you
yeah.
know what I'm saying? Like, dude, LeBron's gonna be fucking 90 and he's gonna be
He's fucking dunking on
stallion. Yeah, he's gonna
Bronny
be.
the fourth.
Oh my god. No, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
His great grandson is gonna play defense.
Yeah, so I think it would come down to that. Like, if I'm able to take care of myself, I'm like, yeah, fuck it, why not?
Yo, I saw this somewhere. I don't remember where, but honestly, when we get old, if we're in a old folks home,
Mm-hmm.
you know how fire that's gonna be to be like playing Call of Duty and fucking Halo at this old place
That'd be
with
pretty
everyone
cool.
your age. Wouldn't that be fire? Like,
It would.
because old people now, what do? Just sit around and play checkers?
Yeah,
But see,
they do. That's what they did in their
Their
youth, I
check.
guess.
That's what they had. Yeah,
yeah,
exactly.
their checkers is us watching The Office and playing Halo.
Yeah. And like we're gonna be old, but we're gonna have like TikTok and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you're just watching an app from like 60 years ago.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's gonna be old people shit, but it's gonna be our youth.
Yeah, no, it'll be called Toxic. No.
Toxics.
Toxic.
You're dead. Nah.
Toxic masculinity.
Exactly. No. Wow. They're all there. Nah.
They're all toxic,
right? You're fat. Why are you so toxic? Yo. Also, are you gonna be pulling girls at this fucking retirement home?
I feel like that's the dream.
That probably already happens already, right?
Yeah,
because you're all old.
Like, yeah, retirement home. I forgot what this man. No,
what
I forgot what the statistic was, but like retirement homes have a really high rate of like HIV and AIDS because everyone's just fucking. Yeah, damn. Like what's the worst that could happen? You die in 5 years? Oh wow! I guess
no one hook up with Janet because she fucking killed Steve last week. Like, can you imagine?
Yeah, because like at that point it's like, well, you know, you get AIDS and then your life you have 10 years to live after you get AIDS, but you only got 5 years left anyway, so you might as well fuck everyone.
You should have just played Halo. No.
Shit. Between playing Halo and playing with Judy's mother, where do you think she got that dump truck from?
Listen,
Janice?
Plowing Pam. Hey, Plowing Pam, get over here. Yeah, dude. I don't know, man. I just feel like at that age, if I'm given the option to live forever,
I thought you were saying at that age, if it moves, I'm fucking it.
Listen, if they're eating breakfast with me, chances are we're gonna hook up. No. I don't know, man. Elon Musk, the way he talks makes me think that he's an alien. But in that interview, he was
like, he's fucking onto something.
Yeah, he was talking about like he doesn't believe they're real, but if they are real, like
that's the part that I saw. Where he's like, oh, if they're real, well, that's
new information.
Yeah, that's some new information. And like that was it. Like you just like,
how fucking simple was that? And I was thinking too. I was like, nah, this motherfucker knows something. Like,
yeah,
like, yeah.
You're all looking at him.
Huh? He didn't even fucking stutter.
Like, hey, this motherfucker hasn't blinked.
Yeah, someone check his age. No,
check his pulse.
Yeah, dude. I don't know, man. Just all in all, like when you're old, that shit it could go either way. It could be super dope, or it's just gonna be whack. Yo, can we do a podcast when we're old?
Just fucking. Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead. No. Okay, so last night, right before I fell asleep, I found this group on Facebook. So I follow this group that's like Cicero Berwin now and then, or then and now.
I've peripherally seen things from that group. It's really cool.
Yeah, it's super cool. So then they were promoting this other group that I'm not a part of called Manor Boulevard. Mm-hmm. So it's like that, but just specifically the Manor Boulevard area, which kind of falls to where we grew up. And it was so dope, man. It was like I was just skimming through the page, and it's like people from 1960s, 1950s. Yeah. It's like, oh, my name is blah, blah, blah. I went to Our Lady of Charity. If anyone like graduated the class of whatever, and then they'll be like, oh, hi, Mary Beth. Like, yes, blah, blah, blah. Or
classic like old people name.
Yeah, you know, like, oh, my mom was owner of this store. Yeah. And I was going, and then one of them was like, oh, if anyone remembers my parents, they used to own Cozy Corner, formerly Cozy Corner. Yeah, it was dope, dude. They're like, oh, I remember that place for their beefs and hot dogs, and like a bunch of people were talking, but they remember Cozy Corner from like the 1965, like 70. Yeah,
not fucking remembering it from the early 2000s.
And someone was like, oh, does that place still exist? I live in Scottsdale now. And then some lady's like, no, it changed owners and it became a taqueria. Like, it was so funny.
Like, nah, they fucked it up.
Yeah, and it was like, damn. And then like they'll post pictures of like their cool like cars and like, but in the background you'd be like, damn, that's this place. So do you remember the gas station, Mike's gas station on 35th and Central?
Yeah, okay.
The blue one, not the red one?
Yeah.
Some guy posted a picture of him in the 60s with his badass like car. And then in the background you can see the apartments and then you can see the other gas station. And it's like, damn, that shit. The background looks like it never changed, but
like, damn, like it's really like, that really I get what you mean.
So then I was thinking, what if that's gonna be us
looking at pictures? Yeah, you know, and it will be unless the world fucking blows up or something.
Exactly.
You know?
But then like, what if that could be us in Mars? And like, damn, yo, you remember Earth? Fucking Cozy Corner, like that shit used to be fire.
Like, shit, you remember water?
Oh man, bottles of water.
Fuck,
damn.
You remember fucking fossil fuels? No,
damn. You remember plastic? No
shit.
Yeah,
Hey,
so I don't
plastic
know.
was pretty legit.
Plastic's fire. Yeah.
It's pretty fire. They got to stop
cool.
using it though, but it's pretty fire.
Yeah. But think about it though. In the future, we probably won't ever have a plastic bottle.
Good.
Well, I mean, yeah. See, this is why fucking Texas is all fucked up.
This is why Texas is fucked, because people use bottled water.
No, but it's like, dude, I don't know. Like, I don't know, man. It just makes me think, like, future self, remember this episode, because shit's crazy.
Shit's
And
fucked.
then they say that if you grow old, like, it's really depressing because a lot of your friends are dead.
Right.
So, I mean, it's 50-50 chance right now. So,
I mean, on that note, let's talk about something a little bit higher.
higher,
Happier.
well, higher on the fucking scale.
Let's talk about our fucking Lord and Savior. Nah, that's too much.
Nah, you gotta say no. You better meet the expectations.
Because I don't even believe it.
Nah, you can say it.
All right, fine. I'll say it, but I don't believe it. Let's talk about our Lord and Savior, Taylor Swift.
Woo, shut up.
I don't believe it though.
Yeah, I honestly don't believe that.
Nah.
No, that's like a...
There's a spot for Taylor Swift. It's just not Lord and Savior.
Yo, Taylor Swift in the future? Think about it.
Yes.
I don't know. What will change?
I don't know.
Nothing?
I mean, I guess going into Taylor Swift's future, she announced this a while back, but it recently caught my attention because she actually started putting it out, and like there's a release date now. So I don't know if you were aware, but Taylor Swift is re-recording and re-releasing her first 6 albums.
Oh, what the fuck? Why?
So that was my question. Basically, what happened was, her first 6 albums, they were all with her original contract that she signed when she was fucking 15 years old.
With a big ass company like Sony or some shit.
It was what was it? Big Machine or New Machine something, and like that company got sold to some other bigger company.
Mm-hmm.
And during the selling process, she was like, "Yo, can I get my songs back?" Because technically, she doesn't own any of the songs that she's made.
That sucks.
So, she wrote the song, recorded the song, and then that recording and like the audio files and like the project and all that belong to the company. It doesn't belong to her.
Oh shit.
So basically that means that the company can do whatever they want. Like if the company wants to, they could put it on a streaming service. She doesn't have any say on it. Or if the company wants to, they can license it to be in a song, or it is a song, in a movie.
Or like 2K
or
or
a
something.
TV show or 2K, yeah.
But she won't get paid?
She doesn't get any say in it.
Oh, okay.
And
damn, that sucks.
They
So
can
it's like-
basically do whatever with it. So she tried to like buy it back from them, but instead the company sold it to another company for like $300 million.
Motherfuckers. No.
And so what she's doing is she's re-recording all the songs so that she can own the original files now.
Ooh. Okay, I have a couple of questions.
This is a good spot. Go ahead.
One, how long would it take for you to re-record 6 albums? Not that long, right? Because you already know the songs.
Yeah, but I mean, think about it. You're like re-recording shit that you recorded half your life ago.
Exactly. 2, how accurate does the song have to be for the listener? Because if there's a little tweak in a certain part of the song that you really like, it's gonna bother you when you hear it back re-recorded.
Yeah, and that's what I was gonna ask.
You grew up on these songs, so it's like, damn, that doesn't sound like the original. This shit's whack.
Yeah, so that's one of the questions I was gonna ask. If
I just threw off your
so,
whole.
if she's gonna re-record the songs, like, would you want them to sound exactly like they did originally, or would you want her to remake them, but just as long as it's close?
I think remake them as close as possible, because if I don't know, name one of her most popular songs.
Love Story.
Love Story, right? But now it's like Love Story featuring Pitbull. Like, I don't want to fucking hear that shit.
Okay, I guess
It's like Love Story is like Dale. Like, no, I don't want that. I don't want that shit. What the hell is this? You know, like it's gonna make me want to go back to the original version and then just have that money go to the bigger company.
Right. Yeah. So I think that's a good. I didn't even think about that. I don't think she's gonna put Pitbull on any of her songs. I think she released the first single from the re-release of her album, and it was Love Story, and it does sound different, but it's basically the same song.
So I actually have a similar thing when Mac Miller released his mixtapes onto streaming platforms like Apple.
Oh yeah.
Was it Kids or was it Best Day Ever? Either one of those. it was re-recorded because there were certain things that I noticed that was like, wait, this doesn't sound like this, or they couldn't clear that sample, so
Right,
they
they did
didn't
something
have
different.
the same noises, you know,
Uh,
like Macadelic
mhm.
didn't have that Willy Wonka sample,
Oh,
like that completely, that whole skit was cut off.
and that was like the whole half of the whole first track.
Yeah, so I was like,
Um,
fuck, this sounds whack without the original
the
like shit.
well, I guess you don't have to worry about that with Taylor Swift since she fucking wrote all the songs.
Well, yeah,
But the one example that jumped out at me when he said that was Mac Miller, "Best Day Ever, Wear My Hat,"
hmm
and it throws me off every fucking time because the beat is different.
it's like a little bit
the
off,
guitar
right?
is slightly different.
That dun 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 dun
Yeah.
dun dun. Yeah.
And it throws me off every time. I'm like, why the fuck? And like, it's like the Mandela effect, but in real life.
It's like, wait, I remember this.
Yeah, it's like, no, I remember this different. And then I'll go and I'll play it from the original mixtape.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is the version I remember,
And then it makes you just go back to the original mixtape
which sucks because it kind of defeats the whole purpose.
of him not getting paid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so like, that's my big question is how many people, where does she strike the balance between remaking the song and making it newer and better? But what if she fucks up and she changes something that people love about the song?
Yeah.
And then they end
Also-
up listening to the old version instead.
Even with age, like your voice changes. I'm sure she has a different, fucking.
Yeah. Well, I mean, from the one track that's released so far, I think it sounds better.
Ooh. Okay. So what if it does sound better? It's like, damn, this shit's fire. It's better
Well,
than the original.
Yeah, if it sounds better, I feel like that's
Yeah.
the ultimate win for her. Because
Yeah.
then nobody will want to listen to the original. They won't be worth anything, and the company that screwed her over isn't going to make any money off of it.
I think she should take the Dave Chappelle approach and be like, yo,
Don't.
don't
Yeah.
stream my old projects because fuck them.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to put this out. If you're a true fan, just fuck with the new shit.
Yeah.
Exact words. She should just say it
Fuck
like
with
that.
the new shit.
Fuck with the new shit, while she's holding her guitar. Yeah.
But yeah, so I think it's weird. And then I was reading, and this was reported all over the place. I actually remember the sources for this one.
I didn't know
think
this was happening.
NPR originally reported it. So all of her re-releases, they will all be technically eligible to be nominated for Grammys again. So do you think, would it be wrong of her to re-nominate her songs?
See, now that, it does get tricky. Yeah, I don't know. Like,
Where,
if I'm going up against the old Taylor Swift song, it's like, well, what the fuck? Like, she already has her fan base. Like,
right.
you know?
So do you,
It's like album of the year, but obviously this album was a lot better. And it's like, you
Yeah.
already know that album. Why are you voting for that?
yeah, so that's what I'm wondering. Like, where do you draw the line? Like, can you nominate one that didn't win?
But how fire would it be to be like, oh, this album won the
Album
same
of the year
Grammy twice.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be so dope.
But then, like, you're taking it away from some other artist. Who,
Right, right.
It might be their first album, and like their record deal or their future depends on it. Whereas Taylor Swift, it means, like the example, it means the difference between having 2 private boats and 3 private boats.
So this is Taylor Swift accepting her fucking album of the year nomination. I just want to thank everybody that, that ran against me. Obviously my album was a lot better. And if your album sounds just slightly bit off, go back, re-record it, and try again next year.
Shit.
Drop
See,
the mic.
and
Dude,
like,
how fucking fire would that
and
be?
then what if that becomes a whole thing now then? And people just re-release the same albums and there's no new music because everyone's just re-releasing stuff.
But that would be dope, though. It's like a Rush Hour 2. It's like...
You've been wanting to talk about Rush Hour.
Bro,
huh?
we gotta do one episode based on Rush Hour and
I'm
why
down.
it's one of the best movies in the world. No, but it's like, imagine listening to the Graduation for the first time twice. Like,
Right.
just iconic albums, right? Obviously, there's some artists that won't do it. Like, even Kanye is a big, like, no, I don't sound like that anymore. I'm gonna do some new shit. But imagine, like, I don't know, like Drake fucking
redoes
his most popular albums. Like, that would be super fire. But I don't think they should win Grammys, though.
Yeah, but
I
then
think they shouldn't be eligible to fucking win a Grammy.
Wouldn't you be worried though that then we'd end up like in the same situation with movies? How we have like 7 Ghostbuster remakes, or how people like the Lion King remake, where it's the same movie.
Ooh.
It's just different.
So what if an artist is like, hey, I grew up on your first album.
Right.
Like, if I go up to Drake, like, yo, I grew up on Thank Me Later. Can I have your permission to redo your album, but put my own twist on it?
Okay, well that's a whole nother.
I know,
yeah, a whole nother
but
venture.
would that be dope or would that be whack? Because like, it's fucking Drake's album, but Drake
gave you his blessing, or
Lil Nas X recreates a Drake album.
I don't know. I feel like,
because it's like,
yeah, it'd be like a tribute album, I guess.
It's like The Longest Yard. It was made in the fucking 80s or 70s or whatever, but they remade it in 2000s.
Yeah, and you can't say that it's the same movie.
Yeah, it just has a Adam Sandler twist to it.
It's different, yeah. I don't know. I feel like I feel like it's cheap though. Like I feel like most artists wouldn't want to really do that, especially artists that are trying to establish themselves. Because then, like, yeah, like maybe you could put a cool twist on it, but at the end of the day, the audience is listening it because of the other person, you know? So like,
yeah, but you get the nostalgic effect from having that original sound, but it has a twist to it.
Well, it's
like when I went to see Lion King, I only went to go see it because I love the cartoon Lion King,
right?
But then I was mad disappointed,
right?
But it's like I went for the nostalgic feeling.
So now, if they made a Lion King 2 that's also live action, the same remake as the animated one, would you go watch that one?
I see what you're saying.
Yeah. So it's like,
yes. No,
I see it like, if you, I guess to put it into podcast terms, if there's a guest on a podcast and you're like, oh, this guest is pretty cool, and then you go to their podcast and you listen to it and like, oh, I don't really like this actually, and then that's it.
Yeah, like, and then you just keep it moving.
Yeah. So, like, what does the guest benefit in that situation? They didn't really benefit anything. Like, somebody listened to 5 minutes of their podcast once, whereas opposed to, like, if they built up their own thing.
But they opened a door, like, they opened a window for you to come in and listen to their shit.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, I really love how Lil Nas X did Drake's. Let me go check out his solo stuff.
But then would you expect him to sound like Drake?
Oh, see, yeah, because now you don't know if you like it because it sounds like Drake.
Yeah, you don't know if you like it because it sounds like Drake or if you like Lil Nas X.
Okay, so I'll do you one better. What if I'm using Drake because he's one of the most popular fucking. What if Drake goes to Biggie's estate? And it's like, hey, I really loved Biggie's album. Yeah, let me have your blessing and recreate it with my own shit,
with my Drakeisms.
Yeah, so you're not just sampling a song now, you're sampling the whole album.
Right.
Would that be fire or would that be pissing people off?
I think that would piss more people off than anything, just because of
it's like, why are you touching a iconic album?
Right.
But what if it works though? What if like YG 400, like I said 400 400 nah. What if YG's like, hey, I'm gonna recreate this Tupac album?
Yeah.
And it for the West Coast, it just works. That would be super dope because it's like when Tony Hawk came out with Pro Skater for the fucking PS4,
right?
You know, but not really because he's remastering it.
He's remastering his own thing.
But what if he let a new skater remaster Tony Hawk?
I feel like that's a bad example because like Tony Hawk didn't really make Tony Hawk. You know, he didn't really make the game.
That was bad. But you know what I'm saying?
I get what you're saying.
I would fuck with that. Like I would love if like I don't know who would be the equivalent of Mac Miller. Maybe if like Chance was like, hey, you know what? I'm gonna bring back Kids and I'm gonna do it with just a Chance. You're
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like it opens up a weird.
Now it's a weird.
Well, because then, like, what do you do with the money you make out of it? Do you give it to the Max Estate, or do you keep it for yourself? Because you made it; it's your twist. It's your song now.
I would give it to the state, but I would also donate it because you're not making it to profit off yourself.
Right.
You're making it to pay homage to that artist that passed.
And then what about like if you put it up for a Grammy and you win the Grammy, is it your Grammy or is it Mac's Grammy?
No, then you bring out Mac's mom and let her accept the award.
So you're saying
because you still look like the good guy
artist.
Though.
Yeah.
You're behind closed doors. You're making a shitload of money off of concerts and fucking merch.
Right.
But in front of everybody, you're like,
the accolades go to Mac Miller.
This is his mom.
Right.
Like, yeah. Think about it. Not like you're gonna fucking reproduce somebody.
It just, I don't know. I feel like it makes it weird, and This is what I was gonna say at the beginning when we started going down this path. That I feel like it cheapens the artist because now you're not really an artist. You're essentially a karaoke singer.
Now you're mimicking. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Damn, you're right. Oh, it's just like karaoke.
Yeah. All you're doing is singing someone else's song with your own twist.
God damn it.
And granted,
Nah.
like there's more production value and like whatever, but
right.
it boils down to the same thing. It's no different than you singing Mac Miller in your car. You just happen to win a Grammy.
We can make that happen. No.
Fucking Mac Miller in a car getting coffee.
Oh, bro, that'd be so dope. The fucking Springer,
Jerry
Seinfeld?
Springer.
Seinfeld. I don't know. I think in certain situations it would work. Like,
Oh, well, that's a perfect example. So, like, what if some comedian takes someone's joke and says it's slightly different?
oh man, fuck, those are fighting words.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you know?
but what if? Okay, see, that's too small of a. You have to make a broad like.
So, like, if
you have to
somebody
open it up.
say one of Dave Chappelle's first stand-ups, right? Some new comedian comes up and he takes the same topics and the same stories and he changes them slightly, and they're better jokes now. But all he did was take Dave Chappelle's stuff, re-release it.
But do you know that he's taking Dave Chappelle's?
Yeah, he said,
a rework.
This is a rework of. It's the same thing as if Chance were to remake the Kids album.
Yeah, but see, you going in, you know what to expect. Like, you know that that's what they're doing purposely. I think if they were to do it without, if they were trying to sell it as this is my own work,
Right.
then it's like, hold up, motherfucker, we've heard this before. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? I think it'll work more if you have a favorite sitcom. Take a new Hispanic. Okay, Jesus Trejo.
Okay.
What if he remade the George Lopez show?
Okay.
That would be kind of fire.
But then who gets the money? Like, who gets the credit for it? Does George Lopez get it because he originally wrote it, or does Danny Trejo get it because he updated the show?
Well, Danny Trejo, the machete guy,
Machete
No.
gets it. He's on the show. You know, he's gonna play the part of George.
Right? What money? No. Fucking Devo.
What previous show?
What previous show? What Nick at Night? No.
What 3 a.m. rerun?
Yeah.
What trampoline?
What trampoline? Oh hell no! See, even little shit like that. Like, if anyone uses a trampoline in their intro,
George
discredited,
Lopez.
100%. You're like, oh fuck you, that's George.
Yeah, I feel like it just opens a whole bunch of weird scenarios.
So is Taylor Swift gonna release all this new shit on like Apple, or is it gonna be like
she's doing
physical
everything.
copies?
Yeah, she's doing
Is it gonna be the
physical
same
copies.
artwork?
I think it's updated artwork.
See, now it's dope though now because it's like the album that you love. It's like an upgraded version of it.
Yeah, I think actually this first one, the Fearless album, I think it is, that she's doing on April 9th.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, it's coming on cassette too.
That's kind of dope.
I don't know if that's because it was originally on cassette.
When did that come out? Like
It was like
2008, 2009?
maybe like 2003, something like that. Or,
No
I don't
way.
know.
Taylor Swift came out in 2003.
Yeah, I remember
I thought that bitch was like 18. No.
in 2003, maybe.
No, hold on. How old is Taylor Swift?
Now she's like 31.
No way.
Yeah, she was like 15. Like I said, she was like 15 when her first album came out. But I was getting to this because I remember when I was in middle school, my sex ed teacher had a poster of Taylor Swift in her classroom.
The purple one or the pink one?
I don't know. It was like a Got Milk poster, but it was Taylor Swift.
Oh, that was way off.
Yeah. So
So that had to be like
her first album had to have
2007.
already been out before then.
Hold on.
And plus, a lot of people forget that she had like 2 completely like straight up country albums before she like went, into the mainstream.
Mm-hmm.
I can't talk and spell Taylor Swift.
So if you're a big Taylor Swift fan, are you rebuying posters? Are you rebuying album? Like, you're rebuying all this shit? Actually, no, I didn't even let you answer.
Yeah, he didn't even ask anything.
I'm trying to
2005 is when she signed her record deal, and 2006 was the first album.
Okay, damn. So it's been a while. 15 years.
About, yeah. Half her life.
Damn.
Yeah, see, born in duh. Born in
I can see
89.
that though. If Chris Brown remade his earlier songs, I would be. Hold on.
I feel like Chris Brown might be the exception.
What's the difference between Chris Brown and Taylor Swift? Because he's a guy and
Well,
he's
Chris
older.
Brown beat the shit out of somebody.
Yeah, but we're talking about the music.
What do you mean? Yeah, but like that was a long time ago. Rihanna's fine.
I don't condone domestic violence at all.
Rihanna's okay. What are you talking about?
Dude, she fucking has a lingerie line.
Fucking Chris Brown. It's not like War Machine beat her up.
Yeah, she's doing better than fucking anybody. No, what's the why you know, like what I'm trying to come correct with the facts. If Chris Brown remade Run It with the new voice, the new fucking thing, he's doing all this karaoke shit. Or not karaoke, choreography. Would you listen to it as you did when you were little?
I don't think so.
So why does it work for Taylor Swift then?
I don't know. I feel like
That's a good question.
it's like you can't. It's the equivalent of like you can't make. Oh God, what was the first Unit album?
Beg for Mercy?
Oh, was it?
G Unit?
Yeah, G Unit, Beg for Mercy.
Yeah. Like the together, yeah.
Yeah, you can't re-release Beg for Mercy right now and expect it to do as well as it did when it first came out. Like it's just the music landscape
it's
is
the
too
same
different.
concept though. It's the same thing as Taylor Swift re-releasing her shit from 2006.
Yeah, I feel like country music and pop music are easier to do though. Like rap music changed a lot. Like you can point to a specific era and say the popular type of rap music, and that type of music that was popular then isn't really popular now, or vice versa. You know?
So it's definitely stamped, like time stamped.
It's time stamped, yeah.
Yeah.
So like, even if they re-released the album and like remastered everything, I don't think it would sell as well. And not just because people buy albums less, it would just sell less. Like, you know, if you made like the equivalent value of it. So it's like, it's not, because it's too niche, it's too specific, and that's what I think Chris Brown's music is.
Too specific. The sound of it is too specific.
Yeah,
the choruses and the fucking.
It's too of that time. So it's like if Nas redid one of his albums, or if they re-released one of Biggie's or Tupac's albums, it's past the point where it's not. People don't see it as a specific era. They see it as like one of the golden commandments of hip hop or rap music.
Yeah.
So people would buy it because it's like this is like the foundation.
It's just honoring the legacy of that person.
It's like if the Blueprint album got remade.
Oh yeah, for sure.
People would buy it because it's, you know, no pun intended, but it's the blueprint of rap music.
No, but they're also buying it because it's a higher quality sounding music though.
It's like if
it's like remastered, so the
it's
sound
like if
is.
Pitbull remastered his songs. Would you buy the album?
I would definitely dance to them. I wouldn't buy the album.
Yeah, that's what I like. Chris, ironically, they have songs together. Chris Brown is like the Pitbull of R&B music.
Okay, so what if Daddy Yankee came out with a
Buy it.
fire? Just fucking about
Fuego.
Gasolina. Prices are up. That's all you gotta say.
Dan, did you ever think about when Daddy Yankee made Gasolina and the chorus was talking about give me mas gasolina? Gas was like 85 cents a gallon.
Oh, bro.
So you could give it to her all day.
You just go ahead and fill up your tank. I don't give a
Go
fuck.
ahead. Here's a 20.
Yeah. Dame más gaso. This bitch was thirsty for gas. She didn't even say please. She was like demanding it.
Fucking, she knew that Texas was gonna run out of.
She was from Texas. No. He's all telling everyone, "Dale más gaso."
Right?
Hurry up, give her more. Yeah. Okay, I see what you're saying, man. It just works for certain
things.
Things, yeah.
And like others wouldn't.
Well,
so, like,
I don't know if this is similar, but Eminem just came out with a post that said,
"Bet." No, all it said
hold
was
my
bet.
beer. No. He remastered his music videos from the early 2000s. So all of the Marshall Mathers and like the Eminem show.
Yeah.
All those videos are now HD like 1080p.
Oh, that's really cool.
So that's not changing the song or like rebranding it or reselling it, but you're just tweaking what you already love.
How did they like reshoot it, or like did they like upscale the resolution, or like how did that work?
Give me 30 seconds and I'll let you know.
It'd be really cool if they reshot it, but really impractical.
I don't think so because Dr. Dre still looked young.
No, it's the same Dr. Dre. They use the same CGI that they use in the Marvel movies.
Right? All right, Doc. Nah.
Hello?
I'd like to welcome y'all to the Eminem Show. Videos remastered in HD. Hit YouTube playlist on my current channel. Okay, well, no, I don't know.
They just fucking... Okay, so it's the same video. They just remastered it.
Yeah.
Okay.
They didn't reshoot it, although that would be dope. But to recreate all that shit would be impossible.
It'd be so hard. Yeah,
COVID
it's like shit. When they... when they re-released like the Star Wars movies and they have like fucking 50 versions of them now.
Yeah, exactly. Which, who told me that the original ones were a lot better? I don't know.
Probably most people.
Remember when I went on a Star Wars binge?
Yeah, because you had never seen Star Wars. Bro, you've accomplished a lot this year. You fucking caught up and watched all the Star Wars, watched all the Marvel movies. Yeah. That's it.
Should have been on a treadmill for all that, but yeah, no. Dude, imagine fucking just hours of movies while working out.
Well, that's how, based on my perception of Instagram, that's how Bert watches all his TV. He's seemingly always on that treadmill.
I love Bert. I want to meet him one day, dude. Like, imagine just fucking shirtless Bert, but like that's just normal for him.
That's just a dude.
All right, so I guess to end this conversation. Are you gonna buy the new old Taylor Swift album?
Well, I mean, I've never bought a Taylor Swift album. Period.
There you go. Now you have to, because now it's like, it's something you like. So you know.
Well, I mean,
also, how'd you get into Taylor Swift?
I mean, like I said, Lord and Savior Taylor Swift.
Is that a Taylor Swift T-shirt?
What? No.
Imagine.
No, but like for sure, like as they release, I'll stream the new versions of the song over the old ones.
Are you gonna be nitpicky though? And try to find the differences?
Nah,
or are you just going to enjoy it for what it is?
I think, at least for the songs that I care about of hers, I've heard them enough that I'll probably notice if there's something different.
I think down the line, in like 20 years, if Kid Cudi re-releases the Man on the Moon trilogy, be first in line. So, I get it. I get it. There's an audience for that.
There is, but I guess I like that she's doing it just to like... She's not necessarily doing it to like capitalize on re-releasing the albums. She's doing it because she wants to have control.
She's doing creative
control,
right? Creative freedom, creative control. Yeah. Which I get, but why don't you just start new albums and have creative control over that?
Well, because then you don't own the songs that like built your shit. I guess it's like if somebody showed up and it's like, hey, you don't own the episodes of Trader Without a Radio anymore. Like they're not yours. I can do whatever I want with them, but you can't.
Imagine us trying to recreate 70 plus episodes of 74 episodes of.
Oh man, those episodes would be dead to me. We start a new podcast.
Well, see, that's what I mean. Like you're creatively creating something new.
Yeah, I think. I feel like it's different with songs.
How are you going to go back and recreate 6 albums? That's let's say there's 15 songs per album.
Yeah,
that's like a lot.
Just got hella time in quarantine.
Yeah, that's true.
But yeah, I think songs are different because like you'll.
I don't think an hour of fucking bullshit.
Plus, I don't think I've ever listened to the same podcast twice. I've listened to the same song more than twice.
You're gonna make fun of me, but I actually revisited one of my favorite podcasts because one of the hosts left. So I went back to hear what it sounded like before he left, and it was a lot better.
And you heard the whole podcast again?
Oh, no. I skipped through it.
Oh, see, there you go.
Oh, I guess you're right. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I haven't ever sat down, start to finish, listen to a whole podcast again.
If you think about it, 10, 20 years ago, people weren't making a production talk show or show like this.
Yeah, I mean, it was fucking impossible. Or
that's crazy.
Very expensive.
Well, thank you guys for tuning in to Trader Without a Radio. Next week, what's up next week? What's popping? I'll let you call it this time since
do you want to do
another shot of Malort?
Another shot of Malort.
Take a first shot of
fucking the Lord and Savior of pop music. I'll talk about our Lord and Savior of pop music, Carly Rae Jepsen.
R. Kelly?
Carly Rae Jepsen.
R. Kelly. All right, next week we're starting off the show with a squirt.
With a squirt?
What? Didn't he squirt on kids or something?
I think he peed on her.
All right, next week we're starting with Carly Rae Jepsen. Share Without a Radio. Thanks for tuning in. That just sounds weird when you say it like that.
With a square. I think that's